Hello.
Hi, lovely. How are you?
Can you see me? Yeah,
I can.
perfect.
How are you doing?
How are you? I'm great. How
Yeah,
are
good.
you?
Yeah, really
That's
good. Thanks.
good.
Really good. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, I'm so grateful to be here with you holding space. How beautiful.
Yeah, thank you so much. And as you probably know, you've probably seen these videos before. Literally, G, just like
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes, and we're just gonna get straight
Straight into it.
get straight into it, really. So I know in Melbourne right now, you know you're in heavy lockdown right now, and I know for
Mm-hmm.
anyone in the UK or maybe in the States, the lockdown's eased a little bit. So I guess you're
Mm-hmm.
behind in that aspect. Um, but I was just saying then there is such a high chance of maybe a second wave coming here. So I think it's so important to maybe get someone's viewpoint on how they're doing when you're
Mm-hmm.
in it. You couldn't be any
Mm-hmm.
further in it. But before we get into that, just basically tell us like what you do for work, like a bit of background about you, really.
Okay. So I'm a mindset coach and spiritual teacher. I love my job. I've been doing it for many, many years. And before
Hmm.
that, I was a marketing consultant. I ran a marketing consulting agency with a partner, and I was really good at that too. But I just really wanted to connect to the spiritual practices and my spiritual teachings and training. So I wanted to bear that through me. I wanted to be a vessel, a container for God to work through me. And when I refer
Hmm.
to God, I mean God, universe, angels. It doesn't really matter. So that's why I'm here now, and I've dedicated my life to spiritual learning and teaching, because that's what it is. It's that sacred dance of learning and teaching and learning and teaching. And we are all teachers, and you don't have to have a following. You don't have to know a million people to be a teacher and to be a conduit for the lessons that come from the divine. So that's why I'm
Amazing,
here, and it's
amazing.
beautiful to connect with people like you all over the world.
Yeah,
So I'm so
amazing,
grateful.
amazing. Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming on. I mean, like, and to start off, can you just tell anyone that's going through like what you're going through or what anyone in Melbourne's going
Hmm.
through, how has the COVID situation affected your mental health personally that
Hmm.
maybe someone could relate to that is probably maybe going through the same things in Melbourne or in America or maybe in the UK?
Absolutely. So the first thing I want to preface is that it actually doesn't matter if you're a conspiracy theorist or if you're not, or if you're a believer. That part of the story doesn't actually matter. We are
Mm,
all susceptible to feeling heavy feelings and dark thoughts. Okay. That
hmm.
is not exclusive to one narrative versus another. So we're all feeling that collective energy. And what I've noticed more than anything is there's been this huge division among people because I believe this, you believe that, they don't align. So therefore, we must be fighting each other. But
Mm,
that doesn't discount the fact that we're all feeling these really heavy feelings. And what happens is that we think we're confined, we think we're disconnected, especially during Melbourne right now. What's happening? A quick 2 second synopsis for those who
yeah,
aren't
yeah,
aware. We're in stage 4 lockdown, which means we cannot leave 5 kilometers radius from our homes. We can only leave our homes 1 hour a day for exercise alone or with one other person. We can only leave for 4 reasons: medical, groceries, pharmacy, caregiving, um, and and the exercise was an element as well.
yeah.
And we're basically confined. Like most of the outlets and stores have shut down. We are confined to our homes. We have to buy online. Only grocery stores, pharmacies, hospitals are open, right? So that's a quick synopsis of what's happening. Now, it's Big Brother is watching. So the fear mongering going on online, I mean, on TV, whether true or not doesn't matter, is
Mm,
making people feel the pressure and the heaviness of this experience. And that is
mm,
then rippled all over the world, right? Obviously, for us, it's an intensified feeling, but for
yeah.
everyone, they're feeling it. So, although we feel we're in confinement, we're actually more connected than ever. We're watching more TV and news than ever. We're reading all these stories online. We have more time to scroll and absorb all of this energy that isn't ours. And simultaneously, we have no outlet for that toxic energy. Okay. So
Mm,
that's why mental health has been affected so much during this experience. There's been a huge increase in suicide, especially in Australia. That's a number that I'm aware of. In the
hmm.
last 2 months, we've had over 2,000 suicides. That is incredibly high, right? And there is a huge correlation between people feeling these experiences, not knowing how to navigate those new feelings because they don't have their regular outlets, and they don't know how to handle that toxic energy. And it's not about being an introvert, extrovert, needing human connection, any of those things. It's the fact that we are exposed to all of this new energy that we're not used to handling, right? And
Mm.
it's constant. It's not one time, it's every
It's
single day.
every
They
day.
keep
Yeah.
repeating. Exactly. And then
Mm,
we hear from our friends internationally, like, I know what's happening in Australia is scaring people overseas because they're like, is that going to happen here? Right.
mm,
And then you hear all of these people all over the world, depending where you are online. And the other thing is that it's not just TV. You have the social platforms, okay? They're all saying different things, and it's all these heavy feelings. And one piece of advice is always, well, stop watching the news. But then you go down the rabbit hole and you still feel those feelings because all the conspiracies are terrifying as well. Okay. So how do you get out of those feelings? So that's basically what we're experiencing. And the other thing is, whether you have a history with mental health issues or not, such as depression, anxiety, and all of these really overwhelming, heavy feelings, doesn't mean that you're, and let's say you've never exposed that, doesn't mean you're not feeling it now. Okay. You may have never had a history of mental health issues, and all of a sudden you're feeling these really intense feelings, and they're valid. They're valid. It's okay that you feel them. There's nothing wrong with you. So today I really want to talk about, in our short time together, basically some ways that you can move through that. Basically your
100%.
toolbox, okay? Given the fact that you're at home.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head there. You know, you say, let's stay away from, you know, media like newspapers, television, and you go on your phone and all this shit's on your phone as well. So it's just constant. Amazing. That, so yeah, I mean, a tip or an advice. I know we've got such a short time, but obviously everyone's got such short attention spans right now. So we want to really cut the fat on everything. If you give one bit of advice or one tip or anything you could give to someone who's struggling in lockdown, or maybe with a mental health anywhere, you know, because of anything, what would you give them? What bit of tip or advice?
Okay, so this is my quick toolkit. All right. The first thing I will say is everything is either an expression of love or a call for love. Okay. So I'm either acting in love from a place of love because I feel whole, complete, connected, or I'm calling for love. And so all of these feelings that you feel within you and that are heavy are a call for love. So how can we move to a place of love, given the fact that we're in these isolation confinement times, given the fact that we can't necessarily control the amount of exposure we're receiving, even if you turn off your phone and your news? Okay, so number one, sunshine. See the sun every day. Like, literally let the sun kiss you, even if it's 5 minutes. Go into your backyard, your balcony, whatever means it is, within your 5-kilometer, radius, and see the sun. Let the sun nourish you, because the sun, the earth basically offers an electromagnetic field. So when we allow the sun to connect with us and the electromagnetic field of the earth while we ground barefoot, that re-energizes us, okay? Because the earth is in a constant, stable frequency, which means that it never resists God, all right? It never resists source. So we can constantly receive that grounding energy from the earth and the sun rays, all right? Number two, exercise, movement. Every day, release that trapped energy. So move. I've set myself a challenge now. It's a 30-day challenge where I do a whole bunch of things, and it's so helpful. Like, one of them is jump up and down 10 times, yeah? And it seems crazy, but as soon as I do that, I feel all this energy just releasing, right? And it's like priming. Water is a cleanser and an amplifier. Drink the water internally, and as you shower, visualize all that heaviness literally dissolve down the drain. Okay, it's visualizing plus the internal. We want to continue drinking the water to cleanse our bodies from any toxins that our body's holding on to. All right, meditation. Your intuition right now is your best friend, because we don't know what to believe online. There's so much information. We don't know who's telling the truth, who's not. So go back to your intuition. Take this time that you have. It's a prime opportunity to go within. Take the time to meditate every day. Your intuition actually knows how to help and heal your mental health 100% of the time, but we don't offer it the opportunity to tell us. It's trying to send us the cues, all right, whether it be a gut feeling, whether it be hunger, whether it be wanting to call someone, wanting to write in our journal, but sometimes we deny it. Okay, so meditate and connect and listen to your intuitive guidance. Then use calming tools. This has been so helpful for me. Things like essential oils, things like smudging, so burning, smoke, right? Incense, candles, crystals, the ambiance in the room to really basically cleanse the space that you're in. And although we can't get out, we bring life and the life force within. Another thing is air. Breathe in the air. They're telling us to cover our faces with these masks. Avoid that as much as possible, okay? If you can go out in your backyard and do your breathing exercises, take your deep breaths in, feel the life force within you, feel it rejuvenate you and regenerate you, and then release what's no longer serving. That's a powerful technique, all right? Avoid junk food, all right? Processed food. That's a no-go zone right now. We're not active, okay? We're confined. So what I want you to do is completely release any junk food. All right. The other thing is a really sacred practice that I've incorporated that will help: create an altar, a sacred space in your home, whether it be with crystals. I don't care if you're woo-woo or not. It doesn't matter. A little corner in your home that has something that you can connect with, that you can go and pray and offer and just connect and know that you're receiving guidance and that your messages are being received. Okay. And you can talk to this corner. There's a reason why religions use altars all the time. Okay. Because we go to this space and we can recycle.
It's like a safe space, basically, isn't it?
Exactly.
A safe space. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. Actually, I offer you all a challenge to create a sacred space. Tag Alex and tag me, and we will share them online. Because how beautiful to create these beautiful corners and spaces.
Yeah.
Open your heart space. All right. I have a post on my Instagram feed for those of you who don't know how to open your heart space, through different frequencies, through yoga poses and things like that, to really connect with your heart center, because we're overthinking. So we want to release that overthought and reconnect to our heart space. Forgive yourself for having these thoughts and feelings. You are the observer of your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. It's okay that you feel these feelings and think these thoughts. They are not you. They've been planted within you. And because we've been constantly exposed to them, that's why we're reliving them every day. Okay. So forgive yourself, be forgiving. It's okay. That's my little toolkit. Someone did just ask, how do you meditate if you don't know how to meditate? I have actually a video. I'll send Alex the link if you want it, on basically how you can meditate. So that will be very helpful.
I'll send that to Dennis. G, thank you so much for that. That was so insightful.
You're welcome.
And I've even picked up some tips there.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for that. And honestly, I hope Melbourne gets back to its great self. You know, I've got a bit of an affiliation with Melbourne. I lived there for a year, and it's an absolutely amazing city with amazing people in there. So I'm sending love to you and sending love to Melbourne.
Thank you, my love.
Lovely, amazing to speak to you again. And thank you so much for the insight you've given today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, darling.
Blessings abound.
God bless. Bye, darling.
Bye.